No,
gonna
we
talk?
can't vote on it. We don't want to vote, so we're going to pull it. So
Okay.
no, I'm not even going to talk about it.
Okay, so then I'll wait for your cue for the cats then.
Right.
So some
right,
of these
right,
people
right, right,
are budget people, right? Because we're doing a shitload of budget. There's usually 2 or 3 of them.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Okay, everybody.
Thank you,
We're going to start the meeting, so if you want to come in.
We'll take a vote to come out of executive session.
Oh, we have to make make a motion to come out of executive session.
I make a motion to come out of executive session.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
What is it? Oh. Okay. Okay, welcome everybody to the Town of Orangetown Town Board meeting of Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. We'll have the town clerk do a roll call.
Councilman Paul Valentine.
Here.
Councilman Jerry Batari is absent. Councilman Brian Donahue.
Here.
Councilman Dan Sullivan.
Here.
Supervisor Teresa Kenny.
Here, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so we have a couple of announcements. We do have some September 11th memorial ceremonies happening in Orangetown on Thursday. So we have the Volunteer Fire Associations of Japan, their ceremony is at 8:30 at the Japan Memorial Triangle. We have the Piermont Fire Department ceremony at 10 a.m. in front of the Piermont Firehouse. We have the Orangetown PBA's ceremony at 5 p.m. right out here at Town Hall. And then the Village of Nyack ceremony is at 6:30 p.m. at Memorial Park. So hopefully we can get to one or more of them. First, we have presentations. We have budget presentations. So we can start with the Blauvelt Volunteer Fire District.
Good evening. Sorry, I'm pinch hitting from Mike, so do you need me to identify myself, or? Anyway, I'm Robert Clifford with the Blauvelt Volunteer Fire Company.
Would you pull those short straws? Is that what happened?
I guess you could say that. To Supervisor Kenny and the town board, the Blauvelt Volunteer Fire Company, otherwise known as BVFC, is submitting a budget for fire protection for the hamlet of Blauvelt for 2026-2027 in the amount of $704,000, which stays under the or within the 2% cap. We continue to work hard to, contain our budget, if you will, by using reserves and so forth, which we did with a new truck that was delivered during the calendar year of 2024. 2024. We're still in the process of replacing SCBAs, which are self-contained breathing apparatus. Those are the air packs that you see firefighters wear. And fortunately, we are still in the process of bringing in new members, as we, as other local fire companies, are challenged with the paucity, if you will, of membership. But we are bringing in new members. With that comes the cost, obviously, of new gear to appropriately outfit firefighters, upwards of $5,300. But so, with all that said, without going into detail, we did meet with Jeff. Our budget submission is $704,000.
Thank you. Anybody got questions?
But there's one new line item, Bob, that recruitment and retention.
Yeah, we're trying to, we're trying to come up with ideas on, as other fire companies are, with pretty much just as it says, drawing people in and retaining them. I don't have a lot of detail on that part. That is a new line item. I can get that information from Mike to forward to Jeff. I don't recall. Did we speak about that, Jeff, when we met with you? Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't.
I mean, it sounds pretty much like the title is. I would say you're trying to get.
I'm
new-
sorry, I'm
new
sorry.
young- It sounds pretty much like the title, like you're trying to get new, younger.
Yeah, it is. But if you want more detail, I can work on getting that information to Jeff.
Okay. I'm good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have the Rockland Paramedics.
Good evening. My name is Mark Siegelman. I was the CFO for Rockland Paramedics, and now I do consulting for the organization. Tim Egan couldn't be here tonight because he has a scheduling conflict for a conference up in Albany, New York. I think everybody has a copy of the budget request for 2026 with a comparison for what we requested for 2025 and did receive. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you look at the budget for 2026, we're asking for less than a 1% increase in total funding for the program for 2025. Not asking for any capital expenditures. We made all those capital expenditures in 2025 with funding that was received and approved by the town for the 2025 budget. Rockland Paramedics continues to review and analyze each line item and try to operate as efficiently as possible by reducing administrative staff, looking at other costs to save money in order to keep these increases that we request from each town being out of control as they have been in the past. Does anybody have any questions on the budget that was submitted?
No, pretty straightforward. Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you.
The Tapan Library.
Good evening, everyone.
Good to see you.
Good to be here. My name is Vicki Caramonte. I am pleased to be here this evening to represent the Tappan Free Library. The library has submitted to you a proposed budget for fiscal year 2026 and requests from the town of Orangetown no increase over 2025. We have submitted that budget to you. Libraries, I will say, are community hubs serving people of all ages, offering varied materials, services, and programs, both in person and virtually. Our 2024 year-end statistics show that over 32,000 people visited the library, over 44,000 items were used from the collection, over 52,000 Wi-Fi sessions were reported. Combined program attendance was over 5,700 people, and 371 free notary sessions were conducted. Over the last 5 years, we have seen increases in overall circulation is up almost 40%, e-material circulation up over 67%, visits are up over 223%, Wi-Fi usage is up over 1,895%. It's an astronomical number. Combined program attendance is up almost 50%, combined program sessions over 16%. When planning for services, our Board of Trustees takes its fiduciary responsibilities very seriously, aiming to balance the needs of our patrons with the potential impact any budget changes will have on property owners' taxes. In recent years, our requests for budget increase were at or below 2.5% over the year before. Even with dramatic increases in expenses for insurance, utilities, building maintenance, etc., our conservative budgeting over the past several years has enabled us to plan for a wide variety of programs and to maintain our building. Speaking of the building, we've reached the 10-year mark since completion of the renovation and expansion. Maintaining our building is a priority, and we have set aside funds to assure that we keep our historic space clean, healthy, and safe for the community, which brings me to fund balance. Our conservative budgeting has been purposeful, mindful of the need to cover not only planned capital and operating expenses, but emergency expenses. Planned improvements to the building include reconfigured spaces for quiet work and for tutoring, replacement of HVAC equipment that have met their lifespan, and as we approach the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, that many activities and the many activities planned in celebration, the repainting of our building exterior in accordance with historic areas rules. Any questions?
No,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I know, we can't really fight with zero. Okay. The Nyack Ambulance Corps?
Good evening, Bill McDowell for Nyack Ambulance. We are requesting a $567,438 budget from the town of Orangetown, which is half of our total budget. When you back out the $286,224 that we pay to Rockland Paramedics, that leaves you with $281,214 to provide BLS EMS 24/7, 365 to the good people of Nyack, South Nyack, and unincorporated Grandview. As I told you last year, it continues. We had 1,938 calls to duty in 2024. 58.6% of them were in Orangetown. Clarkstown's paying 50% of our budget. You guys are getting a deal. Capital funds currently are $602,211 with a new rig to be delivered next month. Take $225,000 off of that for a total capital fund balance of $377,211.
He's doing math over there. You have a question? No. Oh, okay.
Good evening.
I
Thank
thought
you.
him doing math over there. I said he's going to come up with something. Okay, thank you. Orangeburg Library?
Hello, my name is Judy Bavona. I'm representing Orangeburg Library, and for this year, we are not asking for any increase.
Okay, then. You can't fight with that. Very good, thank you.
That was a great question.
Yeah, that was great.
All right, thank you.
South Orangetown Ambulance Corps? No? Oh, so maybe they didn't send anybody for South Orangetown? Okay. Okay. Okay, Palisades Library?
Good evening, Supervisor Kenny and members of the Town Board. My name is Marjorie Galen, and I'm a longtime Palisades resident and the president of the Palisades Free Library Board of Trustees. I'm joined tonight by our director, Maria Gagliardi. We're here to respectfully request an increase of 2%, or $8,160, in our annual funding from the town for 2026. While this is a small number on paper, it represents a critical investment in one of our community's most valued resources. Inflation since 2017 has risen over 30%, yet our funding has only increased 17%, including the increases we received from both the town and from the school district referendum. Consequently, our library has operated at a deficit in 7 out of the last 10 years. We've covered the gaps through careful stewardship of our reserve fund, but these reserves are nearly depleted. As of now, our unallocated reserves total just $2,000. During this time of deficit spending, we also maintained and improved our library building. Major repairs and upgrades, including essential and expensive work on our HVAC system, elevator, and ADA accessible restroom, were paid for through state construction grants and years of targeted fundraising by our board. What's important to know is that Palisades residents have continued to benefit from a library that was able to serve the community with limited reduction in services. The library used to be open until 9 p.m. 4 nights a week, but since reopening after the pandemic, we have closed at 8 p.m. That is the only cut in service we have made until now. For 2026, we made the difficult decision to reduce one of our librarian positions from full-time to part-time to save on salaries and benefits. By increasing the Palisades Library funding by 2%, just $8,000, we can maintain the standard of service that Palisades residents expect and deserve. It will keep our doors open, our programs running, and our buildings safe and accessible. We are not asking for luxury, we're asking for sustainability. Thank you for your time and for your continued support of the Palisades Free Library. We're happy to answer any questions that you have.
No, I think we're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Blauvelt Library? You guys are the winner of the night, you know.
Hi, I'm Michael Andrea, President of the Board of Trustees of the Blauvelt Free Library, with our Library Director, Claire Morrissey. For the 2026 budget year, the Library Board is proposing a 3% reduction in town funding from the 2025 agreement. This is a reduction of approximately $21,432 from the $714,400 that was approved for the 2025 budget, for a new net of $692,968. We feel that this reduction in town funding is appropriate, considering our additional funding from the South Orangetown Central School District and our reserves. Our library board reviews our current and year-to-date expenses every month at our board meetings, and we question any expenses that seem out of line or over budget. We appreciate the support that the town board has provided our library and look forward to continuing to provide our services to the residents of Orangetown. Are there any questions?
No? Keep up the good work. Okay. And that concludes our presentations to the board for the special districts. So we're going to go into a workshop of our agenda items. Our first item is the public hearing. This is basically making temporary stop signs permanent, for lack of a better explanation. So we do the temporary, and then if it works out, it gets recommended to make them permanent. So that's what 3, 4, 5, and 6 are. If you want to see what streets they're on the bottom of 3 and the top of and onto 4. Number 7, approve a permit agreement for businesses to dispense alcoholic beverages on town property for Pearl River Day. That's Saturday, October 18th. Number 8, we have a retirement. Kim Allen, who's been working in the town supervisor's office and some other departments for over 35 years. So she has put in her notice. Number 9, we are pulling. That's not going to be heard tonight. So number 9 is coming off of the agenda. Number 10, approve a new street sweeper, which I know Jim has been working on for quite some time. So we're going to get the new sweeper. Number 11 is Parks and Rec, the contract with the tree service company for maintenance of trees on our parks and things. Number 12 is award the contract for the town hall elevator. That's the one on the police department side that needs to be modernized, I guess, for lack of a better word. But anyway, so to the lowest qualified bidder. And you see that's Otis Elevators of Yonkers. Number 13 is approving the First Amendment to the SRO agreement. So this is adding the second school resource officer at Pearl River. I think it's for a 3-year period. And I know the chief was just saying that they're very happy to have the new officer. We're going to combine 15 to 17, which is all lend assistance. So we have lend assistance for the 2025 Sons of Italy Italian Feast, which is from September 18th to the 21st. Approve lend assistance to the 2025 Orangeburg Fire Department Halloween Parade on October 31st. Approve lend assistance to the 2025 Orangeburg Fire Department Holiday Parade, December 13th. They're getting a little ahead of themselves. They're giving us Christmas holiday parties. And then we have accept and receive the documents for the town clerk's office. And then we'll do the audit, and that is a very nice agenda. So, let me find myself here. So, before we open the public comment, I know there are people here that are interested in cats. So, I'm going to have Allison just put up something on the board behind me and in front of me, because I think there's been a lot of misinformation out in the public about cats in Orangetown. So, as many of you, so what we have here is something from the Hudson Valley Humane Society. It is showing intake, feline intakes. You see strays, owner surrender, and total from 23, 24, and 25. 25 is just through August. You will see that the Hudson Valley Humane Society has taken in cats every year from the town of Orangetown. Going back to 23, there was 25 cats taken in. 24, there was 22 cats taken in. and this year so far up to 23. You will also note that they took cats in from Clarkstown and Haverstraw and Ramapo. And in fact, you'll notice in 2024 and in 2025, they took in transfers from Rockland Green. So this whole narrative that the Hudson Valley Humane Society is not taking cats is false. What I will say is it is way more complicated than taking the cats. We have, and how this came up is just for those of you who don't have any idea what we're talking about, is that Rockland Green has now taken over the animal shelter. Orangetown is the one town that doesn't contract with Rockland Green for animal services for multiple reasons, which were all explained. One, the cost, and two, the distance for our animal control to get up there. The new building is going to be up on Beach Road in Haverstraw. I went up there recently. It took me literally 40 minutes there and 40 minutes back. So that is going to add a huge burden on our animal control every time they have to go to that facility. So Orangetown made the very logical decision to stay with the Hudson Valley Humane Society. I'll also say this, having been at both facilities and toured them both, night and day, Hudson Valley is run professionally, and they've made great steps at the old High Tour. It was really bad. They've done a lot to improve it, and the new building will obviously be much better, but for the time being, the Hudson Valley Humane Society is a much cleaner, more professionally run facility. So I've already talked to Howie Phillips, and I've explained this at the Rockland Green meetings, that if we want to sit down, it needs to be comprehensive, the workout, because Hudson Valley Humane Society is not charging the other towns when they bring cats, and that's the threat we keep getting. We're going to charge you when you bring a cat. We're going to charge you when you're going to bring a cat. There's no legal basis to charge us, just like the Hudson Valley Humane Society is not charging other municipalities when a cat gets surrendered there. So it's a bigger issue. And on top of it, the Hudson Valley Humane Society is the only one in the county that can do animal control cases. They are actually licensed law enforcement to go in when there's an abuse case. They're doing it all over the county. As a matter of fact, she gave me a list. I didn't put it up there because I didn't want to overdo it with everything. But how many dog cases she's had, all the municipalities, they're from cats, dogs, puppies, that they've gone in. They never get any money from the other towns. They don't look for other money from the other towns. So if Rockland Green wants to start saying we're going to charge you, it just needs to be part of a more comprehensive discussion. But on the bare facts, they are taking in cats. So this notion that they're not taking them in is just a narrative that's being fed to people, and they're buying it. Here's the sources. You're welcome to double check it yourself. They're taking cats from all of the towns. They're taking cats from out of the state. So before you get up here, I just think it's fair that you have the facts and you know that this town board is committed to sitting down and working something out. But people coming in with pitchforks saying we're not taking care of the cats is not going to accomplish that. So, on that note, can I get a motion to open the public comments?
I make a motion to open the public comment.
No, you're late. Come on out.
Okay, hold my thought on opening the public comment.
Yeah, exactly right.
I apologize for being late.
That's
Thank you
fine.
for working me into the schedule. My name is Peter Romisher from Blauvelt. I'm here with Steve Harris from Orangeburg, Palisades kind of area, President and Chairman of the Board of the South Orangetown Ambulance Corps. I usually don't give you fluff, but I just wanted to acknowledge and thank the board that one of our life members passed away this year. You guys adjourned a meeting in his honor back in June. It was my dad, Wayne's dad, and we really appreciate you recognizing his years of service and adjourning the meeting in his honor. So thank you for that. No more fluff. 2024, 3,041 runs in town that we did. 2,145 of those were transports. So we transport about 71% of the people that we come in contact with. 2025 so far, 2,157 runs, 1,517 transports. Again, about 70% of the time we're transporting the patients that we come in contact with. 75% we're just riding with BLS to the hospital. The paramedics, yes, are on scene, but only 25% of the time are they continuing their treatment en route to the hospital. 4 ambulances, still first line, 4 ambulances, 3 fly cars, 1 MCI fire rehab unit, 1 trailer. Orangeburg, who thinks they know which hamlet we go to the most? 47% of the time we are going to Orangeburg, primarily for RPC and Brightview Senior Living. 15% of the time, Blauvelt, Spark Hill, Tapan, making up 45%. 7% of the time, we're going to Palisades. Our Bay expansion, building expansion project is going forward. We have all of the approvals from the board. We are going out to bid sometime in the next 2 weeks, and we should be moving forward with that process. Thank everyone on this board for their help as far as that goes. Again, if anyone saw what went on at Dominican College today, we worked well with your police department, with the Orangeburg Fire Department, getting a car off a student that was, I think it was a student that was trapped underneath a vehicle. So we continue to train with the fire departments, work with the fire departments, work with your police departments. Our total operating budget for 2026, we're estimating it to be $1.2 million. We will take $800,000 of that from our revenue recovering billing dollars to ask the town for a net of $400,000. I've provided Mr. Bensick with all of the backup documents he requested. We provided him with our audited financial statements with a clean opinion. I don't think he has any questions for me now that hasn't been covered, but I would be happy to take any questions. Steve, you have anything?
If you made Jeff happy, you're good.
Awesome.
Asking for 0.
Thank you so much,
Thanks, guys.
everyone. We
Thanks.
appreciate the support, as always.
Thanks. Thank you. Okay, so,
I make a motion to open the public comment.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
So I just want to, for those who may be new here, we do have some basic rules. There is a clock you will see above. It's a 3-minute time limit for speaking. You please address the town board, not the members of the public. And we don't engage back and forth. You can ask questions at the end. The board may or may not answer them, but we don't engage in back and forth discussion when you're up there. So, and if you just, when you get up, if you wouldn't mind just stating your name and town or hamlet, that would be appreciated. And first, we have Carol Silverstein.
Carol Silverstein, Orangeburg, New York. The reason I'm here tonight is to address the board, to bring to your attention what I consider very poor conditions at both golf courses, both Blue Hill and Broad Acres. Now, I come to you as the former member of the committee that ran the courses when it was run by the town, and as the former chairperson of the committee for many years. And I have been playing Broad Acres this season, and I have noticed a tremendous change in the condition of the course. What was once a beautiful course run by Mike Caravella, taken care of beautifully with flowers, with grass, with cart paths, with everything, has really been degraded. And I want to bring that to your attention. I know you have an outside vendor. I was an early proponent of an outside vendor. I spoke about having an outside vendor way before the town got around to doing it. So I am in great support of having an outside vendor. But this vendor that you have is not monitoring the actual conditions of the course. I played there as recently as last week. The tee boxes are in very poor shape. They're in disrepair. You don't even know where the women's tee box is compared to the men's tee box and the different amounts of feet between each. It's so poorly set up. The fairways are all rocks. The grass is not even there. It's all weeds and rocks. The greens are okay. The cart paths are terrible. I remember when Stu Sharples and I went out on the courses and we measured the length of every single cart path in order to get them redone at Blue Hill. They're in terrible condition now. I remember when Tilcon did them. So I know all of the work and how much we spent to do all of this, and to see what has happened to both courses is really very, very sad. I understand that the outside vendor has a lot of courses that they monitor, but their responsibility is to take care of the ones that they've been contracted to do, and they're not doing a good job. If I could be of any help to you and any information, I would gladly be that help. I just want you to understand that the courses, which were once beautiful courses, the pride of this town, are no longer beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody want to talk about it now? Anyone want to address it? Okay. Next, we have Nicola, I can't make, Frestow? Oh, thank you. Frestow, oh. It's the handwriting I have a little trouble with.
My name is Nick Pistachio. I'm from Sparkhill, New York. I am a veteran of I can't remember the war, was it? It's been so long ago. I'm 93 years old, so excuse me. I'm here to back up what Ms. Silverstein said. I play golf every Friday at 12 o'clock with a group of 16 to 20 guys, and I play 18 holes with them. So the condition of the golf course is horrible. I was a superintendent at Delwood years ago, and I know what the conditions are, and I was on the committee years ago, but somebody on this town board threw me off. I knew about maintenance and everything, but they don't want anybody on the committee that knows too much. They just got people that just handpicked by politicians. That's the way I speak. I speak from the heart. I've been a golf fan all my life. I worked at Rockland Country Club, I worked at Delwood, I worked at Rivervale, I worked at Blue Hill. The conditions are horrible. You got the most valuable piece of property in the town of Orangetown was a gem under Applied Golf and Frank Bavlakar. But you people didn't want to pay fair prices for the maintenance. You have to shove it out because you wanted your take of the money. What has Troon Golf done? Nothing. There's water leaks all over the place. It's disgusting for the town to charge people money to play that golf course. It's really disgusting. Nobody, who's watching Troon Golf? Troon Golf owns 1 million golf courses all over the country. All they want is the money. They don't want to do no maintenance, no nothing. The town don't want to do no maintenance. It's your golf, our golf course, all our golf course. So invest in a new watering system because there's leaks near the greens, in the fairways, is disgusting. I played on that golf course in the late 40s and the 50s when I was 18, 19 years old. And I never seen it so worse. I'm ashamed of it. All our group is ashamed of it. Somebody who's watching Troon Golf? We had a committee years ago that the guys knew about maintenance and whatnot, and now you got, I don't know who you got on the golf committee. Who's overseeing the golf course? Nobody. Who's the cops on the course? Nobody. The town board should go out there, ride hole by hole, and see the condition of the golf course. The people are getting disgusted there. And sooner or later, all the people that have outings on it, they're going to go other places, and you're going to lose all that money. I want one other thing to say. Can I say a minute?
Finish your,
Say-
finish, you have to finish up.
Excuse me. What has the town done for veterans? Nothing. Give them a sandwich on Veterans Day. But yet they got to charge them $55 to go dump a bunch of grass and junk at the town dump. Do they really need that money? And then they made these banners, which was very nice, but then they charge you to put them back up again, $50 a year. And they left them past Veterans Day. They go up on Memorial Day, and they left them past Veterans Day. I had 4 banners. My brothers were in the war, too. And, and they left them through the winter. They deteriorated and everything. They're supposed to come down on November 11th. The town gives the veterans a sandwich on November 11th, and November 11th. Probably donated by O'Grady's, not money from the town. So I suggest, how many veterans you have to go to the dump? You got to charge them $55 or $60 to go dump a bunch of grass? Do you really need that money from the veterans? I suggest you knock that off. You probably only got about 20 living veterans in the town right now. They go to the dump, okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Mia Pagnozzi.
Good evening. My name is Mia Pagnozzi, and I've lived on Kings Highway in Orangeburg for 18 years. Over the course of this time, I've encountered a number of stray or feral cats on and around my property. I've taken on the responsibility of trapping and having these cats spayed and neutered because it's the humane thing to do. I have paid out of pocket and more recently utilized the voucher program through the town to have them fixed. It takes time, money, and a degree of risk to trap and neuter cats. I've also rescued sick and injured cats in the area and either surrendered them to the emergency vet at Veg or worked with Care About the Strays to access medical attention. While I'm somewhat knowledgeable and versed in trapping, most people are not, nor should they be. Residents should not have to take it upon themselves to help contain feral cat populations or deal with ailing and injured cats at their expense. In addition, the issue that remains is what to do with these cats afterward. I've been feeding and sheltering 4 cats on my property for over 5 years now. The reality is that this is a huge problem throughout the town, which needs to be addressed in a timely and humane manner. We need greater resources devoted to keeping the feral cat population contained. I'm asking that the town explore solutions locally and make a financial commitment to solving this growing problem. Thank you.
Patty Pojwite.
Hi, my name's Patty Pojwite. I hope you all had a wonderful summer. I would like to comment on the emergency action recently taken on the Hobbs property in Blauvelt. While this situation has been going on for several years, I am grateful that the town has now addressed it. I also want to note that even though the supervisor has expressed reservations about social media, in this case it had a very positive outcome. When the issue was shared on the New York State District 97 Facebook page, it brought greater awareness to residents and ultimately helped prompt action. The page exists only for one purpose, and that is to keep the residents informed about matters that affect their safety and quality of life. I hope that this example shows that open communication, whether through official channels or community forums, can work in hand to make our town stronger and more responsive. Now, I have another. Aaron Weeda had a meet and greet at the Pearl River Library. Myself and 2 other residents went to the meeting. I asked him specifically why he did not bring Speaker Hesty to the town of Orangetown, because he posted all over social media that he was in the town of Ramapo. He told me he did, and I asked him, where did you bring him in Orangetown? He would not tell me. So if any of you know if he did bring Speaker Hesty to Orangetown, I wonder if you could share that with us. I also sent an email to Rick Oliver about the landlord registry, and he did tell me, sent me an email last night that Liz was going to be back today and that they're getting there, but it's not complete yet. So I hope that we can get that done as soon as possible. Thank you again.
Okay, I think Mr. Clifford was here. He was for the budget. Okay. Laura Slavin.
Good evening. I had written out several points that I had wanted to make, but I was unaware of your 3-minute limit. I'm also very glad to see this spreadsheet. I'm glad to see this spreadsheet of the Orangetown and the Humane Society. I'm glad to hear that they've taken all of those cats, but it's still a drop in the bucket when we look at the numbers of cats that are reproducing on the streets and in people's backyards on a daily basis. It's staggering. And the lucky ones can get into a shelter from if they live in the other townships. But there's just an enormous amount of cats reproducing, and litters of kittens turn into second and third generations of litters of kittens in speed-breaking time. So the numbers are, 116 for a year is like nothing. It's not nothing, it's close to nothing. But I wanted to point out that I know that some people have benefited from this thing that's on your website, but a number of people have reported that when they call, the person doesn't, on the other end of the phone, does not have the information, and so that they were never able to access this coupon, which sounds like a great deal if you can access it. I just, I know many people here care a great deal about cats, and some people know nothing about them. The ones that get homes, they can have a wonderful life, but for cats living on the street, it's daily survival. It can be very cruel. They get ill and nobody takes them to the vet. People poison them. You get emotionally disturbed people who torture them. Rockland County has a very, very strong cat volunteer network, and despite the fact that we're trapping cats daily and getting them spayed and neutered, we're barely keeping up with the numbers of cats out there. It's really staggering. So,
I'll say two things. One, you're
Thank
more
you.
than welcome to send us in writing our email addresses, or you could send it to the supervisor at orangetown.com, and I'll share it with the town board. Anything you felt you needed to say and you can always share via email, and I'll share it with the town board.
Okay, so it just seems like as much as we do, we can't keep up with it, with the number of cats, and as much people are doing with the spay, neuter, trap release, there's no keeping up with it. We need shelter space, and Humane Society, it's small, and the few times that I've been over there, I see that they just have a few cats in the cages and with empty cages.
Okay, I'm going to have to just stop you because we're going to try to keep to the 3 minutes. We have a long agenda. I do want to point out, though, thank you for pointing out that what you found on the website. This is the first I've heard there's a problem. I just looked. We have had at least 6 or 7 people partake of those already. Another 8 have purchased them, but they haven't redeemed them yet. So there are people that are not having a problem. So it's the first I'm hearing there's a problem. For those who don't know, the town of Orangetown does have a subsidized spay and neuter program for cats for residents. And then we do work with some of the not-for-profits. If they have them, we will cover the full cost. So we just spoke with, what's the name of the company about the strays, the cat organization, that was unaware of it, but we connected them with a resident who has a couple cats that they trapped, and and they're going to work with them to have the town of Orangetown pay it. So the town of Orangetown is doing its part. I guess there's always more than anyone could be doing, but we are certainly doing our part. If you know anybody who has a problem with that, they just need to call my office. I don't
Okay.
know who they're talking to, but my office will have the information.
I'm just wondering if we could put together some kind of task force to address this.
Put it in your email to us, and we'll take it from there. I can't, because if I give you more
Okay.
time, then everybody else is going to expect more time.
Thank you.
Thank you. John Frawley?
Good evening, John Frawley, Pearl River, New York. I'm kind of beating a dead horse. I thought I was on to something coming to the board meeting to talk about the golf course. But there was a couple of things brought up. I agree with both speakers. I don't know that Troon is the problem. I think possibly some of the membership is the problem. They don't put their divots back. They don't take care of the greens. But clearly, you're spending money on the golf course, and some of it needs to be spent. But the infrastructure is the problem. There's now, it's 3 years now, 2.5 years. There's a leaky pipe on the second hole of Woodlands. The sign in the middle is ground under repair. It's sinking. It just gets bigger. It's in the middle of the fairway, and the pipe is leaking. You also have the hotel hole, which is the 6th hole on Lakeside, and the 7th hole, the sprinklers. You just spent a ton of money on 6. You took out a sand trap, and all of these things are wonderful. I'm not trying to knock the place, but it's an infrastructure problem. And I think that you're going to have to spend some money because this is the asset. My wife says I moved here for this golf course. It's not true. Oriyama ran the schools. That's why I came. The golf course was secondary. But it's just, I love the place. There's a couple of things that the membership could do. But something has to be done because it is an asset that is going to, like I said, I love the golf course. I don't want to play it. I go now to Rotella, and I go to the one up in Spook Rock. I don't like Patriot Hills, but I go there, and neither one of them have the bones of this course, but they're just in better condition. So, I mean, it's still full of jersey plates, so people are spending money, but they're not stupid, and they're going to get tired of getting their cleats wet so they can get their golf ball back. Thank you.
Teresa, let me,
Yeah.
I'm going to just address that a little bit.
You want to do it now?
Yeah,
Okay.
just quickly.
Okay.
'Cause, John, just before you leave, I'm going to try to address a few of the things. So you are correct. There is a major problem with the sprinkler system. It's a system, like Nick said, was there when he was playing 50 years ago. It's the same system. It's leaking all over the place. It's an older style system where it's always under pressure. The town board has been made aware of it more last year than any year before because Troon was utilizing the system more and the leaks developed more because they were using it. They used something that wasn't used in a long time to its capacity, and it caused problems. That should be repaired. That's the town's responsibility, not Troon's. And we're working on that. We're actually going to fund a sprinkler architect to design a new system and do it in phases because a new sprinkler system could be $4 to $6 million. So it's not something that's going to happen in 1 year. We're probably going to try to do sections of it at a time.
Absolutely.
The town has been spending a lot of money in the golf course, right? We turned it from a losing proposition to a winning proposition when we went from public to private with the management. We just finished the sand traps on all 27 holes, which was $1.2, $1.4 million.
It's beautiful.
We just finished cutting down trees to the tune of $400,000 or $500,000 over the past year. So we are reinvesting in the course. And you are right. There is some infrastructure problems that need to be dealt with, and we are working on it. So I just want you to be aware the town is aware of it. We are working on it, but we all have to live in a budget, right? Same
Without
in
a
your
doubt.
house, same in this house. So it is making money, and we're taking some of that money and reinvesting it back into the golf course.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that Truon is like the bad guy here at all. But, you know, like, there's things going on, and there's a couple of spots, too.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm holding everybody else to the 3 minutes.
Yeah, thank you.
So I'm
Thank you.
trying. Anyway, and again, you could always email us. Anything you think you need to tell us, we will read your emails. Peggy Murphy.
Hi, my name's Peggy Murphy, and I'm from Pearl River. And I just wanted to make a statement. In the last 2 years, our school taxes have gone up about 6% between the 2 years. And I just wanted to know how many houses in Pearl River are tax exempt during these 2 years. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that's the last person that signed up. Is there anybody who would like to speak that has not had a chance?
Hi, Noreen Gernon from Pearl River. I just have two things. I live on Martin, and John is the cross street. So the Methodist Church, the parking situation, since the library moved over to Central Avenue, they have a lot of activities at the Methodist Church in their hall. So people are parking. Years ago, it used to be that you could not park on, I'm very bad with direction, on the Pearl River Cemetery side of the street. It's on Sundays, you can't park there. But lately, people are parking, and it's not just the library. There's a lot of activities that happen in the Methodist Church Hall. So there's parking on both sides. But what happens is when you're driving, and I am going north on John Street to get down to Central Avenue, people are making turns coming south on John Street, and it's a standoff because two cars cannot pass each other because people are parking, of course, on both sides of the street. If a fire truck had to go down that street when the cars are parked on both sides, they're not making it. So if that could be looked into, that would be great. I didn't know who to ask. I didn't know which area within the town handles that. That was one thing. The other thing is, on Central Avenue, there is like a vape smoke shop, which is close to like the Gracie Rose. That area. I know there's another smoke shop down on 304, but the one that's right there in the middle of town. When I was walking past it the other day, I noticed how now it's a smoke shop and it's going to be an ice cream and waffle place. And I just can't understand how, like, you're bringing kids in there, like, to an actual smoke shop to get ice cream. So I wasn't sure, like, what the permit was for that. And can you stay open later if you're serving food? Like, I don't know what the rationale is for having ice cream and waffles with vape and cigarettes. So I'm just saying, and I didn't know who to ask that either. I didn't know, do I call the health department to say, like, do they have a permit to, and if it was prepackaged, like if it was things, when you go into like a 7-Eleven and you're going to get an ice cream and it's all prepackaged, it's not open, but when I looked in, they've got like cone, like you're going to King Cone or something. So I just think it's a bad idea to have smoking and ice cream, which you normally associate with children. So those are my two things.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Diane DeVoe. I'm a resident of Nyack. And as a resident, I would really like it if some of my tax dollars went to support the shelter. I care about animals, cats, dogs, you name it, and I think that a few extra bucks on my bill would make me feel a lot better as I paid my taxes. The other thing is I'm a member of Four Legs Good, and we're the group that Rockland Green contracted to both run the shelter and also their TNVR, their Trap, Neuter, Vaccinate, Return program one of the previous people spoke about trapping. So that's what I do. I don't volunteer at the shelter much, but I do volunteer at that program. I coordinate it every month. We do upwards of 80 cats per month, getting them fixed, vaccinated, and because every one of those trappers has my phone number, I hear from everybody when they want to rehome cats. And it is heartbreaking to me to hear people crying, saying, you know, somebody died, somebody's moving, they don't have money, and they don't know what to do with the cat. And sadly, because I run this program, I see what they do is they dump the cats outside or they move and leave them behind. And I know that because well-meaning people trap them and bring them to me for the clinic, and when you have a cat pawing to get attention at the front of the crate, that's a dumped pet. And so over and over, that's not enough. Those numbers are not meaningful for the extent of the problem. So yes, the feral cats have to go back out, and I pray that some caring homeowner will help them and feed them. But the dumped pets is just awful. So by not supporting the shelter, the problem doesn't go away. It goes in somebody's backyard, and then they're faced with the problem of now what? And so I'm running the clinic, I'm getting it everybody I can, but man, I would like it if there were a few more bucks spent and many of these cats could go safely to the shelter instead of being dumped outdoors. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Demi Boutsalis. I'm a resident of Orangeburg. I've been a resident for 40 years, and the last 23 years I've gotten involved with animal rescue. And just like Diane said about the dumped cats and all that, I don't want to say that we're underground doing things to help the animals, but that's pretty much sometimes what it feels like. We'll get calls, not in the middle of the night, but at odd hours. You know, we've got an injured cat or something. And in the past, when I call the animal, when I say the animal shelter, I don't mean High Tour, because High Tour to me was horrible. When I call Four Legs Good, they're responsive, and I've seen a huge improvement with Four Legs Good. And for us not to be part of that program, I just don't get it. I appreciate these numbers. I'm assuming that they're legitimate, and I don't mean to imply that anybody's lying or anything, but I have gotten calls, I can't reach, you know, this one or that one, we won't name names or anything, and you try to help, you help the person, but you help the animal as well. And I think it would benefit us as a community if we were part of that program, if Orangetown was part of the rest of the county in supporting the shelter, the Rockland Green Four Legs Good program. It would be less confusing, I believe, to the citizens, because they'll call us and say, example, the Humane Society is not taking cats, or they're not answering, or whatever. I get it. So we as a rescue community, I believe, try to help one another. And I would appreciate if our town considered becoming part of that program and just get rid of that confusion that's out there. But I do appreciate what you guys are doing. We're a lot further along, in a better place than we were so many years ago. So that's about it. But thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, is there anybody else that would like to speak that's not signed up? Okay, go ahead, just go.
I'll try to make this quick. My name is Valerie Blowers. I'm in Pearl River. I personally trapped 3 female cats this year who lived in a parking lot, and I can't imagine how many kittens those 3 girls would have produced with 2 boys floating around. That I saved Pearl River a drastic feral community outbreak, just fixing 3 girls. My mother, 20 years ago, took in a mother cat after having 3 litters of 5 kittens apiece. 15 kittens from one mother cat that my mother personally took in 20 years ago, and we had them all fixed and and took care of them all we used Valley Cottage Animal Hospital back in the day. But prices have gone up. If you go to an animal hospital now, the prices from 20 years ago till now are insane. I'm so glad we have programs like the TVNR. That's what I use to get my girls fixed. But my point is, 22 animals up there, 22 cats that you're saying went to the Humane Society. I had 22 cats in my home. Like, okay, so you've helped one person, or you've helped one mother cat. The numbers aren't, the population, the way cats populate so quickly, there's just not enough. We need to do more financially, emotionally. I mean, we have the community, we have the supporters. We just need the town to back us and budget us and help us create a better society for us and the ferals and the strays and the abandoned cats that need homes. They need homes. They need to not be in cages forever, but Four Legs Good is a lot better than what Hightower ever was. I have friends who work there. I've seen it. I adopted another little girl there myself. I have 3 indoor. I joke, I have 3 indoor, 3 outdoor cats. They're my fur babies. And I'm just very grateful that they're all fixed and that I didn't end up with a devastating kitten population on my hand. I was crying when I saw that all 3 females were being chased by 2 boys. I was like, oh my God, we're gonna have how many cats? How many? And luckily, through the resources, I was able to get them fixed. But how many people aren't able to? How many cats are out there in Orangetown, in Rockland County, that aren't getting help? We need to help the cats. We need to help our community.
My name's Linda Gifford, and we just recently moved to Blauvelt from Orange County. And I was affiliated with the Warwick Valley Humane Society in Orange County. And what the government up there does is helps gives money toward the shelter, and therefore the shelter can give out people to somebody like myself that helps trap, neuter, and release, gives us certificates to take to Tara to have the cats neutered, and then we bring them back and release them. And it doesn't cost the people that live in the neighborhood to help trap them, doesn't help cost them a penny. Between them raising money and money from the town, they can do it and give it certificates out to give people the chance to help these cats so they don't keep breeding and having babies and getting sick. And it's a vicious cycle. And I'm seeing it here since we've just moved here. I'm seeing it here as I saw it in Orange County. And something has to be done because it even causes accidents. We live right off of 303, and it causes accidents, people swerving with these cats that are running into the highways and stuff. So it's something to look into. And like I said, I would be happy to help in any way that I can because I have done some experience with it. So just wanted to say.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that would like to speak that has not already talked? Okay, going once, going twice. Okay, a motion to close?
Make a motion to close public portion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, so unless anybody has anything to say, we will move on to the agenda. Okay, I think we have to, okay, so can I get a motion to open the public hearing regarding the proposed amendment to Chapter 39, Stop Intersections of the Town Code? Motion?
Motion open.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Is there, and nobody signed up to speak about the stop signs? Is there anybody here that would like to speak at the public meeting regarding stop signs? Guess it's not very exciting. Okay. Seeing no hands, can I get a motion to close the public hearing on the stop signs?
I make a motion to close public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Number 5, can I get a motion to declare the town lead agency and determine that it is a type 2 action pursuant to secret? Motion?
I make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And can I get a motion to adopt the local law again amending Town Code 39 regard to stop intersections? Motion.
I make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very exciting. Okay. Okay, number 7, can I get a motion to approve the permit for an agreement with the, basically, I guess, is with the Chamber of Commerce for allowing the dispensation of alcohol on town property on Pearl River Day, which is October 18th, 2025?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Brian, I've never heard you make a motion so quick in my life as it was now.
Very funny.
Number 8, motion to accept with regret the retirement of Kimberly Allen from the Supervisor's Office effective September 30th, 2025. Motion?
I make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 9, we're pulling.
We're skipping
Number
on.
10, can I get a motion to approve and award the bid for a new street sweeper to Trius Inc., the only bidder? Motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, number 11, can I get a motion to award the contract to Save a Tree? This is for Parks and Rec again. It's an annual contract in accordance with the bid documents. Motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And can I get a motion to award a contract to Otis Elevator of Yonkers, New York, to modernize the Orangetown Police Side Elevator? Motion?
I make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 13, a motion to approve the First Amendment to the SRO agreement with the Pearl River School District to provide for a second police officer. Motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I get a motion to combine and approve items number 15 through 17, which again are all land assistance? Motion?
Motion to combine and approve
Second?
15 to 17. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then we have number 18, a motion to accept, receive, file documents in the town clerk's office. We have some covenant hold harmless agreements, performance bond, and town board meeting minutes. Motion?
I make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Okay, the audit for tonight's meeting consists of 5 warrants for $1.8 million. Items of interest, number 1, Rockland Paramedics, $132,000 for August paramedic services. Number 2, CSEA Employee Benefit Fund, $34,000 for dental benefits. Number 3, A-Plus Technology and Security Solutions, $44,000 for cloud storage in Highway and Demi. Number 7, Capasso, $111,000 for recycling. Number 9, Collier's Engineering and Design, $45,000 for traffic signal design, that's bonded money. Number 12, DeLage Landon, $24,000 for the golf cart leases. Number 14, Environmental Construction, $144,000 for the Pine Glen Drive drainage project. Number 23, Perfection Paving, $24,000 for highway paving at the Villa Drive project. Number 28, State Comptroller, $30,000 for justice fines. Number 29, Tilcon, $132,000 for highway materials. And number 30, Virtuit Systems, $46,000 for purchase and installation of police IT equipment. Any questions on the audit?
No? Can I get a motion to accept the audit?
Motion to accept.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so I think, Rob, am I correct that, did you say something about Brittany coming?
Yes, for personnel.
Personnel related? Okay, so we do have to go into executive session to discuss personnel related matters. We will not be coming out. We will not taking any votes on anything further. We do have a couple of adjournments. We have Robert Kreider, Matthew Piccione, if I'm saying it properly, and William Gibby Sweet. Kreider was a resident of Pearl River, Matthew was a resident of Tapan, and William Sweet is a resident of Pearl River. So, Paul, you want to do your magic with the go in, executive, come out, not vote, adjournments? He puts it all in.
We go to executive session and close the regular town board meeting as we're not coming back for any further town business.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I think you forgot to do the adjournments, but that's.